Hello everyone, my name is Christian Hisala. I am a student at Metropolitan State University. This is my video project for class CYBR 442, Cyber Operations, led by Alex Hepp. My presentation is about understanding and preventing data breaches. Just a disclaimer, this presentation is intended solely for educational purposes. I am not liable for any damages that may arise from the application or misuse of the information or demonstration of this presentation. The purpose of this presentation is to increase cybersecurity awareness and offer general guidance. This presentation will cover the following: the dangers posed by password reuse and how to prevent it by using a password manager, how to recognize phishing attacks and how not to fall prey to them, the risk posed by outdated software and how to mitigate it with updates. What risk does reusing a password bring to a user? Simply put, reusing a password, even a long and complex one, can make a user vulnerable to a credential stuffing attack. All too often you hear about companies suffering data breaches and user credentials being stolen and sold in the dark web. Attackers take advantage of those leaked credentials to see if there are passwords that can be used to gain access to other accounts a user may have. According to a statistic, around 65% of people reuse passwords across multiple accounts, increasing the risk of cross-site breaches. If you're interested about reading more about the statistics, the link is provided below. Let's look at the case study of the Colonial Pipeline hack. In May 2021, threat actors gained access to the Colonial Pipeline network via a legacy VPN connection. A user reused the password used on the VPN on another account that suffered a data breach. Once the threat actors were in the system, they stole 100 gigabytes of data, followed by a ransomware attack. This caused temporary fuel shortages across the East Coast, leading to price hikes and panic buying. There are many lessons that can be gained from the Colonial Pipeline hack, and one of them is not reusing a password. For this demonstration, I will show how a password manager can help avoid the password reuse issue and simplify password management. The password manager I'll be using for this demonstration is called KeePass XC. It is an offline password manager, meaning it stores the password database locally on the PC. And it uses an AES-256 for an encryption to secure the password. This is the KeePass XC password manager. This is a locally stored password manager that stores the password database locally. And I just want to demonstrate how easy it is to use to avoid the issue of password reuse. So let's create an entry. Let's say this is for Facebook. Let's say initially you created a bad password, right? So as you can see, it's password 123, it's bad. And I just want to demonstrate how easy it is to change your password. So let's say you realize you had a bad password or it was leaked and you want to change it. So how easy it is to generate a new password. All we have to do really is click on this little dice or password generator, and it opens this window. So now you can create passwords with uppercase, lowercase numbers, and special characters. You can also designate how long you want your passwords to be, whether it's 16 characters long, 20 characters long, or longer, just depends. This can go up to 128, which is quite long. So you're good in terms of the length. And really, you don't have to think about the different types of password because generally people are not very good when it comes to creating random things. where humans are more pattern based. So in terms of the password managers are excellent. So now you click apply, click OK. This password manager also has features that allows you to generate report regarding your passwords. So for example, you want to find out how healthy are the passwords that you're using. So as you can see, two of the three entries have low score as they're categorized as weak password. This also has a feature that allows you to store passkeys as they are becoming more common now for passwordless login. This has a very neat feature that allows you to check the website, Have I Been Pwned, to see if your password is one of those passwords that were released due to a data breach. So the way it does it is it hashes the passwords that you have and then sends the first 5 characters to the site Have I Been Pwned to see if it's one of the passwords there. So let's check. Uh-oh. So two of our entries, the bank and email, have passwords that have been leaked or exposed 100 times. So let's see how we can change that. As I showed before, you could just click this password generator. We can increase the length to about that. And as you can see, it's random. It's not something easy to remember. Click apply, OK, close, and you're done. So now you have a password that is more secure. So that's how easy it is to avoid password reuse. And also this software allows you to, or the password manager allows you to manage many passwords with complex, long, complicated passwords easily. And you only have to remember one, which is the password you use to log into the software or the password manager. Now, let's talk about phishing. Phishing is a type of social engineering attack performed by email. The objective of the attacker is to trick users to revealing sensitive information or to perform a task on behalf of the attacker, such as clicking on a link or opening an attached document. Let's take a look at the case of the 2022 Dropbox data breach. In November of 2022, Dropbox experienced a data breach due to a successful phishing attack. This breach compromised employee credentials, allowing the threat actors to gain access to company confidential data. Fortunately, no customer accounts or sensitive information were affected. One of the ways you prevent phishing attacks is to train users to recognize the red flags or key indicators that may indicate an email is phishing. For this demonstration, I want to show the red flags that may indicate an email is phishing and what to do if it is indeed phishing. Here are the red flags to look for that may indicate an email is phishing. Look for generic greetings. It may state "Dear customer" or "Dear valued customer" instead of addressing the person to whom it was intended to. Look for misspelled words and grammar mistakes, as some attackers may be from a different country and may not fully grasp English. Is the email sender familiar, or is it from an unknown organization? Is the link or attachment suspicious? It is easy to disguise a phishing link to look legitimate. If the displayed link has been altered, it will show a different link if you hover your cursor over it. Attackers may want you to download and open the attached document, as it may install malware onto your system for further exploitation. If there's a sense of urgency on the message, does the message encourage you to take action immediately? So let's assume that you receive a phishing email and you saw all the indicators that shows that it is a phishing email. Now what? What do you do? Well, you can either just delete it and it will remove it from your inbox, and that will be the end of it. Or you can help the system recognize that this type of email is phishing. And the way you go about it is to simply report it. So this is an Outlook app. And all you have to do is click, once you're in the email, you click on these three dots as more actions. You go down, it says report, and it says report as phishing. And so once you click this, it will remove it from your system and it will report it to the machine that looks at the patterns of phishing email, has that this email is definitely phishing, and you'll never see this type of email again. Let's take a look at the risk brought by outdated software. Think of a software as like a brick wall that protects you from a threat. A software is made up of layers of codes in the same way a brick wall is made up of layers of bricks. Sometimes the bricks used to make the wall has cracks in the same way some line of codes may be flawed. Those are called vulnerabilities. Attackers look for those cracked bricks on the wall and chip at it until a small section collapses, creating an opening to be exploited. Developers or cybersecurity professionals also look for those cracks, and when they do find it, they replace the damaged brick or correct the flawed code on the software. In doing so, they prevent attackers from exploiting those flaws or vulnerabilities. Let's look at the LastPass data breach. LastPass is a company that focuses on password management solutions. In August of 2022, hackers took advantage of a known unpatched vulnerability in a media player used by a LastPass software engineer. The attacker was able to install a keylogger which allowed them to steal the engineer's login credentials. This led to a much larger data breach in which user-sensitive data were stolen. This caused reputational damage to the company and loss of customers' trust. The lesson to be learned is to update software to keep attackers from taking advantage of any known vulnerabilities. For this demonstration, I would like to show how easy it is to update a browser, which is a software we use daily and our portal to the internet. This is the Firefox web browser, and I just want to demonstrate how to manually update this, how to check if your Firefox is set up to automatically update, and why you need to update your browsers regularly or whenever it indicates that you need to update. So first, let's look at how to manually update. So you just have to click on these three lines. You go down to Help. You click on the About Firefox, and this window will pop up. So this currently states that, or shows that the Firefox is up to date. And how do you check to see if your Firefox is set to automatically update? So again, we click on those three lines, we click on the settings, and this time we go to General. We scroll down until we find Firefox updates. So as you can see here, it's this section here, the automatically install updates is checked, and it's also checked when Firefox is not running. So this will automatically update whenever Firefox is not running. And let's see why it is important to always update your computer. So the latest release is 132. It was released on October 29th, which was yesterday. And normally it would have security fixes. So there's always flaws found in software. And so what developers do is they release patches to fix security issues like this one. So Mozilla Foundation Security Advisory 2024-55, and it shows the different vulnerabilities that were fixed and those individuals that contributed to the fix or the patches. And this also tells you the impact level, or how high is the vulnerability found. In this case, you have too high and too moderate, or I should say multiple moderate fixes and some lower level impacts or impact ones. But this is why you should always keep your software up to date, as there are flaws that always has to be corrected. And when security developers or security professionals or developers do find them, they do release a patch. And this prevents attackers from taking advantage of any flaws on the softwares that you use. To summarize, don't reuse passwords, use complex passwords for each account, and use a password manager to manage all the passwords. Recognize the red flags of phishing email. Keep your software up to date to mitigate any vulnerabilities. Remember, cybersecurity is a continuous process. With the right tools and awareness, you can greatly reduce the risk of data breaches. Thank you for watching my presentation.